GKB, God knows best. It is so good to see you all today. I hope that this word is a blessing to your hearing. Please subscribe to my channel via YouTube, A Time to Love Ministries. Let's jump right in. So today's discussion will be about economic inflations and biblical prophecy on today's society. I will be coming from Revelation chapter 6, verse 5 through 6. When the Lamb opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a black horse. A rider was holding a pair of scales in his hand. Then I heard what sounded like a voice among the living creatures say, 2 pounds of wheat for today's wages, and 6 pounds of barley for a day's wages. And do not damage the oil and the wine. Now, in today's world, this verse signifies the famine that is to come. The scales that is mentioned is a representation of inflation. Our earnings, what we make at work for one day, will cover that meal for that day. Now, we are experiencing this at this very moment. Reality will become more notable to others as time continues. We will have to eat only enough to preserve the food that we have. What is inflation? Inflation is the rate of increase of prices over a given period of time. Inflation is the overall increase of prices and the increase of the cost of living in a country. Inflation today was kickstarted by the pandemic and government efforts to stimulate their economy. It was also fueled by the wars in Ukraine and the rumors of war in the Middle East. What causes inflations? There are three main causes of inflations: demand pull inflations, cost push inflations, and built-in inflations. Demand pull inflations refers to the situations where there's not enough products or services being produced to keep up with the demand, causing the prices to increase. Cost pushing inflations, on the other hand, occurs when the cost of producing products and services rise, forcing businesses to raise their prices. The built-in inflation is sometimes referred to the wage spiral, occurs when workers demand higher wages to keep up with the rising living cost. This in turn causes business to raise their prices in return to offset rising prices costs, leading to a self-reinforcing loop of wages and price increases. So that is what causes inflation. Now, U.S. inflation rate is at 8.2% compared to last month, which was at 8.26%. Now, food is becoming more scarce worldwide. According to the Washington Post, one particular story that was quite alarming was the billion of snow crabs that has disappeared from Alaska waters. What happened? Now, American officials are not entirely sure of what really majorly caused this driving of crab population to decline, but they have noted that this wasn't a sudden decrease. The origins of the situation seems to have begun in 2018, when an unusually high crab population was faced with some warmest ocean temperatures ever recorded. Now, biblical prophecy warns us about the economic troubles and increasing in nations and ultimate collapse of the financial system that soon collapsed around the world. Yet, in some ways, all will be seemingly humming along, not caring about what we're doing and what we're seeing until calamity strikes. And the Bible talks about this, according to Matthew 24, verses 38 through 43. Now, in Matthew 24, verses 36 through 44, it states, "But about that day or hour, no one, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but the Father. As it was the day of Noah, some will be eating at the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking, marrying and giving marriage up to the day Noah entered into the ark. They knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came and took them all away. That is how it will become of the coming of the Son of Man. 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken and the other left. 2 women would be grinding with a hand mill, and one be taken and the other left. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know of what day the Lord will come. But understand this: if the owner house had known what time of the night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and would not let his house be broken into. So you must also be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. So what can we do to prepare? As Proverbs 22, verse 3 and 27, verse 12 tells us, a prudent person foresees dangers and take precaution. The simpleton goes blindly and suffers the consequences. Of course, humanly, we can only do so much. We need God to see us through. Jesus promised, if we seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, all things shall be added unto you, according to Matthew 6:33. The only thing that we could do is spiritually prepare and turn from our sinful ways and turn to our Creator. Family and friends, I am here to tell you that the time is almost near of the end of ages. We must wake up and look at what is around us. Take a look at what you're seeing. Are you seeing abnormalities? Are you seeing lack? Are you seeing strife? Are you seeing evil? We must take note of these things, not to be afraid, but to be ready and prepared, because the time is coming and it's very, very short. I pray that this small message to you is an eye-opener. I hope that you get a chance to really, really take a look at these Bible verses that I shared with you tonight. And I pray that you take heed to instructions, because the hour is soon to come. I hope that this message was enlightening to you. I pray that this message blessed you. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it. There will be more to come.